That's the cycle of racing. Sometimes you've got it, sometimes you're up against it. And for the Honda HRC Progressive team, they've had it for quite some time, including back-to-back Monster Energy AMA 450 Supercross titles and a whole lot of good nights. But Anaheim 1 was not one of them. As Jett and Hunter Lawrence finished outside of the top 10, they didn't look comfortable, and then racing incidents ruined any chance at salvaging good finishes anyway. Now, there was a bright silver lining for the team in the form of the 250 class with Joe Shimoda's victory in the West region, but the 450 boys are no doubt going to be busy at the test track this week, said Honda team manager Lars Lindstrom in a press release. I'm not sure how many of these bittersweet nights we've had in the past, but it was a familiar feeling to have one rider have a great night and the other ones have a really poor one. In my opinion, our performance was actually better than it seems, with Hunter moving his way forward in the beginning until his unfortunate crash, and Jett having the fastest lap time by almost a second in the heat race. We definitely need to make some improvements, but at the same time, I don't think we need to panic about our results. It's a long series, so it's time to trust in ourselves and come back strong in San Diego. Jett's trouble began in the heat race, where he started 10th and then was shuffled to 12th early, and he was only able to come through for 5th, which gave him the 9th gate pick in the main event. And with Anaheim 1's split start, gate position was more critical than usual. But it looked like Jett lucked out, because he got a gate that lined up roughly even with the inside of turn 1. But there wasn't much room for error though, and as the pack started pushing and shoving, Jett got hit by his old rival Jason Anderson and others and tagged the inside tough block. He was last. As he came through the pack, he was struggling in the whoops and then later crashed in the sand, setting him back again. Then, the Jett Lawrence we've seen over the last 2 years on a 450, he left the building. He was struggling badly and simply cruised it home, taking 12th, his worst ever 450 Supercross result. And you can't blame all of it on the gate pick, because Eli Tomac had the 10th pick and found himself in the lead early in the race. Hunter looked to have a good salvage job going as he ran 4th early, but then he crashed in the sand too. That set him back and he finished 11th. Obviously, crashes and bad starts are going to impact their results, but there's more to it than mere racing luck. The boys simply didn't look comfortable on their new machines, and some of that storyline dates back to previous appearances, including the Paris Supercross, where they struggled on the 2025 CRF 450R. And the story there was that the bike wasn't adapting to Supercross as quickly as it had in Pro Motocross and SMX, where they both perform well. From what we've heard, several new developments have worked together to form a tricky offseason. First, the all-new bike, and trying to get it ready for Supercross, and then new suspension components from Showa. Probably to a lesser degree, there is a new ECU supplier in Get Data and new fuel from ETS. Couple those 4 things with a complicated off-season timeline for the brothers, who made trips to Motocross of Nations, Paris, and Australia, plus the attempt to at least get some much-needed downtime in between, and you've got a recipe for showing up to Anaheim not quite ready. Reasons or excuses? Either way, things need to go better and quickly. Said Jett. That wasn't ideal, but the only way to go from here is up. We'll go back, work hard, do some testing, and come back better. We always do. Said Hunter. It was a frustrating end result, but there were a lot of positives throughout the day and night show, he said. I'm eager to get back to work with the team to come back swinging in San Diego. Yes, it's as simple as that.
That wasn't ideal. Yeah, I felt like I had a really good jump and just kind of those tough blocks kind of come in. The start straight was kind of lined up awkwardly, but hey, at least now the only way to go is up for me. So let's just go back. We're going to go back and do some testing. We still got to figure out the bike. It's still making some troubles for us in the whoops and stuff like that. And yeah, we tried skimming was sketchy, and then we tried jumping, and I think I was sketchy just at jumping. So I got to go back, work hard, and we'll come back and we'll be better. We always do. Where the people say we left, but we don't leave. We never left in the first place. We're gonna come back. We're gonna hit them harder. And yeah, what did Hunter say one time? No more Mr. Nice Guy.
And as for the point standings, there isn't much to panic about anyway, because plenty of riders have scored worse in a season opener and have come back to win the Supercross title. including Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart, who both crashed out of A1 and didn't finish, but still rallied for the championship. So the points are less of an issue as the motorcycle. Can the Lawrences get comfortable enough, quickly enough, to avoid losing more points in the next few weeks? Their next chance is this Saturday in San Diego.